Hey, you watching the screen right now. You clicked on this because you're probably trying to get a home lab going. Well, guess what? I don't have any fancy equipment here. I've got an old crusty laptop that I used for my very first home lab. It's running Ubuntu and it runs all of my services for my home. It runs containers. I could use it for experimenting and it does a great job. Point is, you don't need anything super fancy. You know what's real? Home labbing. You know what's fake? This wannabe accent right here. Absolutely atrocious. Let's get into it. So here's what most people get wrong about home labs. They wait for the fancy equipment, and it's just going about it the completely wrong way. Use what you have. My home lab server was completely free. It was a hand-me-down that I got from an old job, and it runs everything that I need. I've got a media server, I've got an ad-blocking DNS service, and I use it to spin up different VMs that I use to experiment for work all the time. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. But the point is, you learn all these amazing basic skills, such as Linux. You can learn NetPlan, NMCLI, VI, Vim, fstab, mount points, all kinds of different things. You can learn systemd, all your different grub bootloaders, all things that will translate into real-world experience as an IT administrator, sysadmin, cloud engineer, whatever flavor that you want. And the cool thing is, you're going to spin up services and it's going to break things. And then you're going to have to fix it. And then when you fix that, a different service is going to break. And then you're going to have containers crashing. DNS is going to break your whole entire network across all of your home servers or all your home services. And going throughout that process is going to lead to real world experience that you could put on your resume. And it's going to translate directly to helping out customers in the real world. And the best part about all this is you're going to learn way more from going through all these different troubleshooting steps than you will from any certification course because you're actually doing the thing. And here's the really cool part. You've done the home labbing, you've spun up the containers, done the troubleshooting. And when it comes time to putting it on your resume, instead of saying things like familiar with networking, familiar with Linux, yada, you can put things like administered Linux servers, managed Docker containers, configured DNS, managed infrastructure, maintained file share infrastructure. Those are real job experiences that you've actually troubleshooted, and you'll actually have a story behind it to explain to recruiters and job interviewers. At the end of the day, hiring managers don't necessarily care if you've been in a data center. They want to know you can do the job. And this teaches it to you in a real world way. You can run local AI models. You can run monitoring tools like Prometheus and Grafana. You can run VPNs, home media servers, file shares, whatever you want. But the hardware shouldn't be the barrier to entry. Use what you have. Again, I got this for free. It's just an old crusty laptop. So use what you have. So here's what I want you to take away from this. Get an old piece of hardware that you have laying around, get a USB drive, and spend a few hours in an afternoon trying to configure the thing, and go learn some new skills. And then update your resume and go try to get the job of your dreams. What's the oldest computer that you have lying around your house? Comment down below. And if you need help building up your resume, you're trying to get into cloud engineering, break into the IT space, I've got a kit in the description below that might help you out. Lastly, if you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe and follow for more. See you next time.